Avril after having that marathon of Shanghai versus Seoul matches in the last stage. But it's Countdown Cup, week number 1, and it's the second day of the tournament. We only had 2 matches so far. Playing trade up against the Shanghai Dragons, and then you can breach, win 1 fight, and you'll pretty much take the round as well. They've done all the legwork, but if Profit goes down that early, you lose a bit of bite, and you're unable to assault the point like you'd want to. The point for them now is to try and get out and not feed the ult charge over the Dragons. Remember, they want to trade up, not down in these fights. Keep giving away a little bit too much, especially if anti-heals come in, and Iris is going to get himself found out as well.
Fleta and Lip, though, are popping off. I love that hack. Lip, here's Johnny. As you waited for him, he said, you think you're so slick. Here comes the EMP. Izuyaki got hacked in the middle of that. Here comes the rally coming in from the Dynasty. It's the cherry on top for this cake. And they just want to wrap up this point.
Lip will have to decloak on this when he can't stay stealthy. He wants to contest the point and keep it alive. Dynasty have control of it. It's 99%. There's the recall. Someone else needs to take his spot. No one's in position to. And there you have it. Seoul taking the first round. But just going so far, Fitz does have the EMP as well if they want to try and fight this and stay in the fight longer. Don't know if they want to commit it to this fight, though. Like we said, they've just lost Vin Dame as well. They don't have a cohesive unit. They found Fleta naturally. Not using those big resources, but you can see the recalls are coming in. They don't want to stay in this fight. Escapes are going to be pretty hard. Lip has the chase down. We're now getting into the final leg of this map.
A bit low here, having to back away though. Fitz also tries to get that nice EMP, finding Smurf and Fitz. It's going to cost Smurf's life as Fitz is going to try to answer right back in with his own EMP. Trade for trade, overtime ticking away with the Dragons having that advantage already. Without Smurf though from the Dynasty, I'm not too sure if they can have that space. He's going to be able to come right back in. And the Dragons are cleaning up the Dynasty, taking the second round.
Yeah, that was
well with the EMP, looking to trail from right behind, finding 3, finds Lip, so no EMP on the board for the Dragons now. The Dynasty need to capitalize off of the situation where Profit also getting that sticky with the pulse bomb onto Fate. Dynasty coming on top for this fight, 42% only on board for the Dragons, so a nice little turnaround from the Dynasty.
Even if they lose this fight, they kept control of the point. They should have been able to force this up to like 83, 90% before eventually losing it. Bit of a misstep, but I think the Dynasty are going to be taking this fight anyway. They commit EMP, lots of resources thrown in, and we'll clean it up and get control.
The EMP was the nail in the coffin, but like you mentioned, it was pretty...
Obviously straight to the back line. Immediately on top of both of them, Vin Dame and Iris. Gone.
They're out of here, Trid. The backline of the Dynasty get taken out with Lip isolating that focus on the EMP, but they've lost out on 3 from the Dragons now, really leaving just Lip to really hold on to the point. Overtime ticking away in favor for the Dynasty, and their plan just disappeared before their eyes. Even without Iris, even without Vin Dame at the very end right there, the Dragons just fell apart. The Dynasty taking map number 1 in this first series. Lip on the high ground real quick. Smurf possibly looking for an opportunity, trying to shove him off. So the nano boost though getting put onto Smurf. He's also got Primal ready if he needs to pop it here. Gonna be able to back away, gonna be able to pull a lot of that attention away from the Dragons, but they have a plethora of ultimates of their own to answer right back. Smurf falling incredibly low though, so that Primal's gonna try to be activated. Now he's gonna be on the high ground. Iris going incredibly low as Fleta's gonna be able to slice right through there. Dynasty now getting split up from their attention though. You can see Fleta with that blade, he is going to be able to find Iris, but the rest of the Dynasty are playing incredibly spread out. Not allowing Fleta to get the actual advantage that he wanted to with that blade, but with Fitz going down without using that overclock, it actually is looking great here for the Dragons.
Fate tried to use the Primal Race to stay alive, but too many members have gone down with just a lone operator. Just going to use the extra HP pool and the jump resets to get out of that fight. I think that so many picks were coming in there for Dragons. They had ultimates to use, that they were just trying to use it to stall out for time and see if they could get a point in. But at the end of the day, they're attacking. They need the one and done. They can't play the drip feeding game because Seoul Dynasty come back from the spawn. Fitz now try and find a quick pick. He has to. I think that's the only option for
no way.
Dynasty to stay alive.
Oh no! What is happening here? As Profit fights 2, the DPS lineup for the Dragons are no more. Overtime ticking away, and the Dynasty are looking to sit at match point already. This isn't a speed run Dynasty. What is happening here?
Playoffs Profit without the playoffs right now. I know he got a huge assist from Fitz. Very conscious of where they step. Of course, they're going to focus Izuyaki quite immobile. There's no real support there. And they found both the backline already. This is huge for Dynasty.
Oh, that was disgusting. Smurf getting the follow-up immediately as Fitz was able to get that hack. They try to deal with Fitz with Bebe getting the anti, but Dynasty are looking like they're on another level. Enough practice after dealing with the Valiant, I must say, yesterday. Now look at this. Maybe a delayed hold here, but you have to have Fleta at least try to touch the point. Already uses the recall, already uses those blinks, and now you see them just desperately trying to hold on to the point.
There was nothing they could do.
Nope.
Where's Fate? Fate's spending so long getting back to it. It's one of the last members to go down. You want that high HP.
That Discord Orb is going to be absolutely lethal, especially with Smurf going to be able to have that help from Vindame. Fleta not really putting in a lot of that damage from that position, but could isolate Prophet on the high ground real quick. Prophet already found Izayaki though, so even without that, Fleta needs to figure out a way to cause this problem to just disappear before their eyes. Smurf does go down here, so the Dynasty having the 1v1 in the backline while Fitz makes his way right back. Fleta's just distracting two of those members away from the Dynasty.
Dragging him away. Payload still keeps on trucking at this point. Nice little tag there, takes out Iris.
Also going to match that with Izayaki, so it's going to be a quick reset for both of these teams. But look at the respect here as Fitz finds a nice shot onto Bebe, but Izayaki gets revenge, puts Vindame down.
Did the bulk of the work with the fully charged shot there to get Bebe down, then follows it up with a partially charged shot knowing they can get away with it. Prophet's changed over to the Genji, so we have that happening now against the Izayaki, gets shut down by Lip. This is such a jarring series of events, Vicky. There doesn't seem to be like cohesive skirmishes. It's all just like individual
time now. Prophet going to be able to try to take advantage, and it has found Lip. Had the opportunity, the patience paying up. Immortality Field saves Iris and Smurf at the same time. There's survivability as they're trying to escort their way right outside that room. The same thing coming in from the Dragons. Void stays alive, but not for very long. Fleta with that pulse bomb also could get some revenge right back onto Fitz, but it's a trade for trade between the Dynasty and the Dragons for Void Izayaki as well as Vindame and Fitz. See, we have the opportunity as the Transcendence is popped, and so is the Transcendence from Vindame, but the only difference here is, Crid, the Dragons are out from Bebe, so the number advantage is still in favor for Dynasty. You have less than 25 seconds on the clock, and Prophet is cleaning up the rest of the Dragons, so they are in last fight territory. They have to go for this reset, and the Dynasty are looking to hold them fully back here.
There's no reset to be had, Vicky. They've got no time. This is not a coordinated thing. They're going to have to sprint to the point. They're probably going to have to send Fleta to do it. I think they're the only person who could reasonably touch the point in time.
I don't think he can.
There you go. That's the dash in.
Oh, no! Just barely. Just barely. Just barely. I mean, he was exiting out. Taking care of that Immortality Field. That's Immortality Field already forced out, by the way, from the Dragons. Maybe also got...
This is also the difference, Vicky. We had Prophet being behind enemy lines by themselves. When the Seoul Dynasty do it, they send 3 people behind enemy lines. They send the Tracer, the Sombra, and the Wrecking Ball to go and get the job done, and that they do. Just Void left on the point. Easy pickup here, and whereas Dragons were able to kind of walk their payload in on point A, Seoul Dynasty have just like snuck in.
The EMP already. Iris being the one low warrior in the back, though Fitz cannot utilize the EMP themselves to that same degree. It does find 2 from the Dragons between both supports, but no utilization for the rest of the Dynasty to really dive in and capitalize.
Izayaki being Izayaki right now, finding a bunch of kills, weathering the storm against the EMP. Team converting a lot of ultimate charge over to Fitz, who have that EMP online, hopefully looking for their redemption arc with the next usage. Stall tactics are all that are kind of available here for the Shanghai Dragons. Point B should clearly be going over right now. They don't have a Diva mech, so they don't have that big HP pool target to go and contest. Means that point C falls over to Seoul Dynasty, and they're picking up kills on the exit as well. They're going to buy so much free space in this final section, and that benchmark within free roll away to safety. Thankfully still has the mobility minefield on top of the point. It's going to make it so hard to contest. They might have to soak up damage just to go into it. Fleta tries to sneak through, hacked up, antied as well. There's no survivability for them.
The Dynasty are looking to roll their way to finish off this series so quick! Are you serious? The Dragons were right there, but the Dynasty and the minefield shred was too much to handle for the Dragons. The Dynasty with a clean 3-0 over the Dragons for this first series.